Is your car showing a check engine light? Is it weak and slow to accelerate? Stop, don't rush to the shop. Most dealerships will throw around complicated technical terms to convince you to replace the throttle body spark plugs or even overhaul the engine a bill that can easily reach $800. But the truth is 90% of the time the engine isn't actually broken. The problem is usually just a dirty sensor. A $5 specialty spray and 10 minutes of work at home can bring your car back to life, immediately turn off the warning light, and make it run smoothly, no mechanic needed. This video will give you a step-by-step guide to take control of your car, save thousands of dollars, and avoid getting ripped off by the dealership. The truth about the $800 scam will be revealed right after this. The hidden culprit, the MAF sensor. The main culprit behind your car struggling is the MAF sensor mass airflow. In the automotive world, we call it the engine's nose. Its job is crucial. It sniffs and measures every milligram of oxygen entering the engine, telling the ECU exactly how much fuel to inject. When the MAF is clean, the car runs strong, smooth with instant throttle response and is fuel efficient. But here's the problem. Fine dust oil vapors and carbon deposits cling to the tiny sensing wire inside the MAF, causing it to send incorrect data. Imagine running while your nose is blocked by a dirty mask. You get short of breath, pant, and lose energy. The car is the same. When the nose is clogged, the ECU starts guessing. Sometimes it injects too much fuel, the engine chokes rich, sometimes too little, the engine sputters. The result: slow acceleration, jerky response. Check engine light on fuel mixture errors. You may notice hesitation on straight roads, a 1 to 2 second delay when pressing the gas, or reduced power going uphill. This is the cause 90% of car owners overlook. In reality, all you need to do is remove the MAF sensor. Spray a $5 specialized cleaner about 10 minutes of work at home. Let it dry, then reinstall. The car comes back to life immediately. The warning light goes off. Throttle response is instant, fuel efficiency improves, and no mechanic is needed. So why don't dealerships want you to know this? They know perfectly well that a dirty MAF is the culprit. Cleaning the MAF costs only $5 and 10 minutes low profit. Replacing the entire throttle body for $800, profits soar dozens of times higher. You'll lose a lot of money if you follow the replace everything advice. Long-term consequences if ignored. The car consumes more fuel because the ECU injects fuel incorrectly. Engine runs jerky, causing premature wear on spark plugs, fuel pump, and EGR valve. A dirty sensor over time can also affect the O2 sensor and catalytic converter, leading to much higher repair costs. Clean for $5 or replace for $800. The choice has already been made by the dealership, but not in your best interest. Why don't dealerships want you to know? Put yourself in the shoes of a service advisor at a dealership. When your car shows a check engine light with codes P0101 or P0171, their scanner displays mass airflow sensor error. At this point, they have two options. Have a technician remove the MAF sensor and spray it clean. Takes 5 minutes. Cost $5 for the cleaner. Profit almost nothing. Claim your throttle body control circuit is faulty or there's a vacuum leak in the engine, and recommend replacing the entire assembly. The profit calculation is staggering. A throttle body costs them $400 sold to you for $550. Add 2 hours of labor at $250, and the total comes to $800 flowing into the dealership's pocket in a single morning. For them, it's sales, it's KPI. For you, it's a month's salary gone just because of a dirty sensor. Dealerships operate with a steel mindset. Replacing is faster than repairing. Taking the time to carefully clean a part with a cotton swab or spray is too risky and time-consuming for them. They'd rather throw away a component that's 99% functional to secure the safety of their invoice. You notice the car runs smoother after the new part and think, $800 was worth it? Wrong. The engine came back to life simply because the airflow was cleared when the technician cleaned the dust around the MAF sensor during disassembly. You just paid $800 for something that should have cost only $5. One of my clients had a luxury car. The dealership quoted to replace the intake system. He brought the car to me desperate. I did just one thing unplugged. The connector sprayed this cleaner on the MAF sensor, let it dry, and reinstalled it. The result: the engine purred smoothly immediately, the warning light disappeared. The secret is extremely simple. Just remove the grease and grime from the sensor wire and the car's nose can breathe again. The computer reads the oxygen correctly and the car performs like new. So, do you want to be the dealership's prey or take control of your wallet? You must decide: pay $800 for false peace of mind or spend $5 to keep control of your car. In the next section, I'll show you the most precise $5 solution, the one dealerships don't want you to have, and how to make sure you never regret fixing your car at home. The $5 solution: MAF sensor cleaner spray. To save $800, the first step is choosing the right weapon. The most common mistake new drivers make is grabbing a carburetor cleaner spray or RP7 lubricant to clean the MAF sensor. Don't ever do that. Those sprays contain harsh solvents or oil-based compounds. When applied to the sensor, they leave a thin, sticky film on the tiny sensing wire. This film attracts dust and can even short the circuitry inside the sensor. The result, your dirty sensor becomes a completely damaged sensor worth around $200. And of course, the car still won't fix the error. The only safe and effective solution is to use a specialized MAF sensor cleaner spray priced around $5. This type is specifically designed strong enough to dissolve carbon deposits, grease, and dust, yet evaporates instantly without leaving residue. The mechanism is simple yet effective. When sprayed directly on the sensing wire, the solution dissolves fine dust carbon and oil deposits. It leaves no residue, no oily film, restoring the wire to its factory new state, so it can sniff oxygen accurately to the last milligram. Using the wrong spray can have serious consequences. Strong solvents from carburetor or lubricant sprays can soften the sensor's protective plastic, causing it to stick to the hair-thin sensing wire and destroy the sensor completely. At that point, you not only lose the sensor, but also have to pay over $200 for a replacement, plus spend additional time and effort fixing the problem. For just $5, a proper MAF sensor cleaner from parts stores like AutoZone or Shopee gives you a completely safe solution. The weapon is ready, but the key is how to spray it without breaking the delicate $200 sensing wire. Next, I'll show you how to turn 10 minutes under the hood into an instant $800 savings. The process is so simple you'll wonder why you didn't know it sooner. Step-by-step procedure. Don't worry if you've never touched an engine before. Here's a super simple 3-step guide to bring your car back to life that anyone can do right in their own driveway. Step 1. Locate and remove the MAF sensor. Open the hood and find the intake tube right after the air filter. This is the only path air takes into the engine, and the MAF sensor is mounted directly on this tube. Before you start, always turn off the engine and for maximum safety, disconnect the battery to avoid any short circuits or electrical issues. Unplug the electrical connector, then gently remove the 2 screws holding the sensor and pull it out. Note, the MAF is extremely delicate. Do not use excessive force or tilt it too much, as this can damage the sensing wire inside. Step 2. Cleaning technique. Hold the sensor and observe the tiny hair-thin sensing wire inside. This is the engine's nose, sniffing and measuring the air entering. Golden rule number 1, never touch it with your hands. Cotton swabs, brushes, or any hard object. Even the slightest force like a grain of sand can break it, and then you're instantly out $200 for a new part. Now take the MAF cleaner spray, keeping it about 10 to 15 centimeters away. Spray short, decisive bursts directly onto the wire and surrounding circuitry about 10 to 15 times. Let the pressure and the chemical do the work, washing away dust, grease, and grime. Don't skimp on the spray, make sure every nook and cranny is clean. Finally, let it dry before reinstalling. After spraying, the sensor will be soaked in cleaner. Do not reinstall it immediately. Let it air dry naturally for at least 10 minutes. Here's a critical mistake to avoid. Many people try to speed up drying with a hairdryer or heat gun. Don't do this. Sudden high heat can brittle electronic solder joints or warp the plastic. Be patient. These 10 minutes are the perfect time to enjoy a cup of coffee and congratulate yourself for keeping $800 in your pocket. Once it's completely dry, reinstall the sensor. In reverse order, slide the sensor back in. Tighten the screws, reconnect the electrical plug, and finally reconnect the battery. Congratulations! Your car now has a brand new nose. Close the hood, start the engine, and you'll see the check engine light go off immediately. The engine runs smoothly, throttle response is instant, just like driving the car fresh off the dealer lot. At this point, you might wonder, how can a few delicate sprays remove years of stubborn carbon buildup? The answer isn't in water pressure, it's a chemical miracle called chelation. Let me explain why this $5 spray is so incredibly smart. Molecular level secret, the chelation mechanism. Imagine a dirty MAF sensor, like a nose clogged with a sticky mixture of fine dust oil vapors and carbon residue bouncing back from the combustion chamber. These substances don't just coat the surface, they cling with extremely strong ionic bonds, making ordinary water or compressed air completely useless. The $5 MAF sensor cleaner contains a chelating agent. Think of it as a crab claw. The molecules act like tiny pincers, breaking the chemical bonds between dust oil carbon and the sensing wire. It doesn't just clean the surface, it breaks down and isolates contaminants completely from the delicate wire. A simple analogy, think of a $2 limescale remover for a kettle or fridge. Hard deposits seem impossible to remove with a brush, but the right chemical breaks the bonds and washes them away without scratching the surface. MAF sensor cleaner works the same way. It scrapes away carbon buildup without touching or damaging the hair-thin wire inside the sensor. This molecular-level bond-breaking mechanism revives the sensor without any physical contact. You don't have to touch the $200 sensing wire, the chemical does it safely for you. The result, the MAF, can measure the air entering the engine accurately again. The ECU injects fuel at the correct ratio. The car runs smoothly, the throttle is responsive, and fuel efficiency improves. Many drivers try to clean the sensor with alcohol or gasoline. That's a mistake. Gasoline only dissolves oil but cannot break the carbon residue bonds and can even leave a film of contaminants behind. Only the proper chelation mechanism in a specialized MAF sensor cleaner can truly clear your car's nose. This isn't magic, it's a precise chemical reaction that removes contaminants at the molecular level while protecting the sensor. You save $800, avoid getting ripped off by the dealership, and keep your car running smoothly for the long term. Now let's see how your engine really comes back to life. Verification, instant results. After cleaning and reinstalling the MAF sensor, turn the key or press the start-stop button. The engine roars to life, then settles into a smooth, steady idle. The check engine light flickers for a second, then goes off completely. No expensive code reader needed, everything is back to normal. The best part isn't just the light going off, it's the driving experience. With the MAF nose completely clean, free of oil and carbon deposits, the data sent to the ECU is fully accurate. Press the gas pedal lightly, the car responds instantly. No more annoying 2-second delay, no more jerking at stoplights. The car feels like it has shed a burden, breathing fresh air and running stronger than ever. Economically, for just $5 for the MAF cleaner and 10 minutes of work, you've saved nearly $800 on a full throttle body replacement money that many people would struggle to gather. A car that previously struggled to reach 60 kilometers per hour on a hill, whose owner was even considering selling it due to repair costs, came fully back to life after cleaning the MAF sensor. The engine runs smooth, throttle response is precise, and the owner drove an additional 50,000 kilometers without any issues. You'll see clearly a small action, a cheap solution, but instant and long-lasting results. No dealership needed, no expensive bills. Just understand the right way and your car comes back to life right before your eyes, instead of becoming a prey for the dealership's replace. Everything mindset you've chosen to be a smart car owner, understanding your vehicle down to the molecular level. Cleaning the sensor is just the tip of the iceberg. Addressing the root causes is how you maintain a car sustainably. Right now, I'll share recommendations and warnings about maintenance habits, helping you prevent any risks of intake system damage from the start. The final secret about the MAF. To keep your car powerful, fuel efficient, and avoid wasting money, you need to remember a few simple but crucial principles. First, don't wait until the car gets sick to look for a cure. Most drivers make the mistake of waiting for the check engine light before frantically buying a spray. My golden advice: make it a habit to clean the MAF sensor every time you replace the engine air filter, usually around every 20,000 kilometers. The air filter and MAF are a perfect pair. If the air filter is dirty, fine dust will pass through and immediately stick to the sensor. Just 5 extra minutes during each routine maintenance can prevent any risk of sluggish acceleration or engine stalling on the road. Second, never let the dealership pull the wool over your eyes with complicated technical terms. When your car shows signs of hesitation or slow response, service shops will throw around fancy technical terms to make the problem seem more serious than it is. Before you nod and sign a quote for tens of millions of VND, ask them clean the MAF sensor first. If the car still shows errors, then consider more in-depth repairs. This knowledge is your shield protecting your wallet from the dealership's profit maze. A long-term warning if you neglect MAF cleaning the O. 2 sensors, catalytic converter spark, plugs, fuel pump, and other components are at risk of premature failure. Repair costs will multiply, costing you time, money, and effort. A final message for you: your car is always sending signals, you just need to listen. A timely action can save you tens of millions of Vietnamese dong and unnecessary headaches. Be a smart car owner, master the technology, and take control of your own wallet. I hope this video not only helps you keep $800 in your pocket, but also gives you the confidence to take care of your trusted companion with your own hands. A well-running car comes from an owner who understands their vehicle. If you found this knowledge valuable, subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends who are also struggling with sluggish acceleration issues. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video for more top-notch car maintenance tips.